Hi, and welcome back to your 1688 sourcing course. This course is all about finding products on 1688's platform in 2022. Look, I've combed YouTube, I've combed Google, I've combed the internet looking for information that was going to be relevant enough for me to source on the platform in 2022. You have all these videos out there, they're telling you how to do it, but a lot of them aren't updated. They are trying to take you through the process, but not giving you all of the information that you need. And then the last thing is that by the end of the videos, they're saying, well, go and, find a person that can help you, Well, I am here to tell you that you can help yourself. You can find what you need yourself, and you can incorporate or ask an agent or ask someone like CBSOURCING to help you just to purchase the product. But you can carry, you can source, you can do all this stuff on your own. But if you want to go the agency route, you can help yourself. You can find what you need yourself. And you can incorporate or ask an agent or ask someone like CBSOURCING to help you just to purchase the product. But you can carry, you can source, you can do all this stuff on your own. But if you want to go the agency route, that's fine. But I want to empower you, even if you're working with an agent, I'm going to give you every single nuance of sourcing on the platform that you need to know. The more information you know about sourcing on 1688, the more informed that you will be, and the more resources you can talk to your agent about. So we'll deep dive into this course. I hope it's helpful. Go ahead and get something to write with. Go ahead and get in a quiet place, because this information is very in-depth, and you gotta know what you're doing and how you're doing it, and you have to be focused. So let's get started. For this course, there are two sections. Section 2 will be a two-part, and I'll talk about that in a second. But section 1, we're going to deep dive into finding products on 1688 and dissecting all of the information in order for you to find them. Section 2 is that we're going to go over to the platform, and we're going to use the information that we learned in section 1, look for some products, and do some case studies, some researching in order for you to feel comfortable with doing it on your own. What you will need, of course, you will need a computer, internet. Hopefully you can go through 1688.com with us as this course progresses. You're also going to need a Google Translator and then a currency converter. So finding products on 1688. So immediately upon entering the 1688 platform, we know that you have to translate the platform. You learned that in the first course. All you have to do is just get a simple translator, connect it to your internet browser, and then you're able to translate the website. And we'll go over how that look in a second when we get to part 2. But yes, it's all in Chinese. But the most important thing is once you found a supplier, these are some of the things that you need to look for when you have found that particular manufacturer or supplier. The very first thing you want to see is if they have a WhatsApp, WeChat, if they are on Alibaba, if they are on AliExpress, any additional information to contact them outside of the platform would be very, very helpful. So I would suggest you ask those questions. Now you're saying, okay, so how do I contact them if I'm not able to create an account on the platform, or I can't actually send them a message? Well, some of the suppliers, they have their WeChat information posted in their company's banner. A large majority of them, you got to contact on the platform. However, that's where an agent comes in at. So the agent can reach out to them for you. A lot of agents, they can do this service for free. All you have to do is contact a certain agent. The way that you find an agent, you can view our other course. It takes you through how to do that. You can use that agent to contact the manufacturer. Now, why am I telling you this? If you are not in China, if you're not domestically here in mainland China as myself, you're going to need a third party to help you. Okay. That's just what it is. You cannot create an account on this platform. You cannot contact them sometimes directly unless you have WhatsApp or WeChat, or if they post their number where you can locate it on the website. You're gonna have to have a middle person. Okay. And if that's the case, even the middle person, the agent or a friend or whomever in China that's helping you, you have to ask them for this additional information in order to contact them. The second thing is location. You want to make sure that your supplier is simply by a major body of water. It's real easy. Just get a Chinese map. Look to see if they're by a major body of water. If they are, that means that they may be by a major port. All of the major ports for exporting, they are along the coast, southern, east, and west coast of China. You don't necessarily want to deal with manufacturers that are, further north or further inland, simply because they have to ship, and shipping will take longer. They have to ship maybe to one or two different cities before it reaches a major port. So just ask an agent or a manufacturer, hey, where is this supplier located? And if they are on a major port, and if the agent or the manufacturer say, yes, we are, or yes, they are, that may be a good one for you. You want to also look at the years they've been in business. I typically tell people 10 plus years. 10 is just my number that I just, I live by. I want to make sure that, if they've been 10 years into the business, they must be doing something right to continue to, promote their products on these platforms. However, there are some great ones that's under 10 years, but just for my sanity, 10 years is just how I source on all platforms. 10 years is what I stand by, and that's what my standard is. But looking at the years and looking at their reviews and their return rates is other things that we're going to deep dive into. But it will be your personal suggestion or gut feeling when it comes to these years, if you want to purchase from these manufacturers or not. But for me, 10 years is just what it is. Next would be the website. So some of these manufacturers, they do have separate websites, or they are on separate platforms like, AliExpress or eBay, Amazon, so on and so forth. So you can always ask if they have a website. The other good thing is that sometimes they will post their email. Usually you can send them an email. You may get an email back in Chinese, which is fine. You can translate it. But emailing them is equally as important as contacting them, because now you can go back and forth. There's a line of communication. Only thing you will have to consider is just probably translating the emails. And that's just as simple as going to, a Google Translator or downloading a translator app, just copying and pasting the text and translating that text to English. Again, seeing if they are sellers on or sell to suppliers or buyers or resellers on Amazon, eBay, Walmart, so on and so forth. So usually you will see these companies listed, or a picture of these companies up under the manufacturer's profile. And the manufacturer is just letting you know, hey, we have Amazoners, or we sell on Amazon. We have eBayers, they buy from us, or we sell on eBay, so on and so forth. Then you want to see if they ship to your home country, the cost of that, how long it takes them to do that. Usually some of these manufacturers on 1688 are what we call cross-border suppliers. The cross-border suppliers are the ones that can export products across Chinese borders, basically to another country. So if that's the case, again, asking the manufacturer if you can contact them or an agent, finding out if they can ship to, to the US, the UK, Australia, whoever and wherever you are, is great. Then if they can do that, majority of the time, they're going to ask if you have a freight forwarding company, which is basically a logistics or shipping company. Yes, you do. Tell them, yes, I do. Have your stuff shipped to the freight forwarder, finding out what the cost is. Typically within China, within mainland China, shipping times can be anywhere between 2 to 3 days, okay? So if you order something on Monday, the warehouse or where you're going to be shipping your items to be shipped out, or, whatever logistic company you're going to be sending your stuff to, you may get it Wednesday or Thursday, right? They may get it Wednesday or Thursday. So just factor in that time when you're shipping within mainland China. And then you're going to factor in the domestic cost for shipping, which, to be honest, I had a 50-pound cart that was shipped to me from another city here in China, and it only cost me $12. Okay. So inland China shipping is very inexpensive. So make sure you know what that is and you ask the agency or the manufacturer, how much is it going to cost to ship to your agent? The other thing is the payment method. Sometimes you can ask the manufacturers to send you an invoice link. And if they send you an invoice link, of course, you can pay the invoice. If a supplier is sending you a link, I would suggest sending the money via like a PayPal or some type of third-party platform, simply because if something goes wrong, you can inquire about a refund. So if you send it to if you send the money to an agent, the agent should only purchase the products off of 1688 platform. And I will explain to you why a little later. They should not be paying the manufacturer in cash. They should not be using WeChat or Alipay to pay the manufacturer. They should go directly to 1688.com and purchase the item for you directly off of 1688.com. Ask the agent to send you a copy, a screenshot of that transaction that they made on the 1688.com platform. Okay. Now, some suppliers can send you, as stated before, a direct invoice link from 1688. If they do that, you can pay that way. Not all suppliers have that capability. So it's really good that you ask that. And then ordering, you can order one product, which we would just consider a sample. We do have an amazing logistics company with CBSOURCING where we can ship your one item under 1 kg for about anywhere between $15 to $18. Now, some companies will charge you $40, $50, $60 for one item under 1 kg, but we can definitely help with that if you don't want to go through your shipping company to help ship things out. So that is something that you can do from that platform, working with an agent and or the manufacturer. The MOQs are very low. Then inspections. You want to make sure that you can inspect the product. Now, I know you're saying, how in the world can you inspect a product before it is shipped out to me in another country? That's where your agents come in at. That's where pictures come in at. That's where videos come in at. You make that manufacturer take videos of all the products that you're about to purchase. I want to see everything. You tell that agent have the agent and do the inspection. Sometimes the agents will charge you more for inspections, but I'm telling you right now, they are worth your peace of mind. Now, the great thing about 1688 is that you have 7 days. Yes, sweetheart, 7 days to inspect and to send the products back for a refund before they leave China. So those inspections are very, very important. Also, all of your suppliers should have refund policies, and I will show you how to connect and how to find that information on the platform. Another thing is that asking them if someone at their establishment, if they speak English, which is good. A lot of the cross-border suppliers, they do have English speakers, but if not, definitely talk to your agent to see if someone can translate for you in English. And then going into the cross borders. Now, cross-border suppliers aren't in mass quantities on 1688.com, okay? And it's simply because 1688 is designed for China. It's not designed for international buyers. So if you do have a supplier that's going to send products to you cross-border, that's awesome. But you still have to go through the same sourcing process to make sure the products that you're receiving are quality products. And then now, the platform within the last year or so, they've added power companies and or what we will consider super companies. And we'll talk about the difference between those and how now you can benefit even more with going with a super company over a power company. So suppliers information. Now, when you are looking at suppliers on 1688, these are the things that you definitely want to tune into. And I will deep dive into these. And then I will show you when we get to section 2. So looking at the company's name, finding out their business model, if they are a metal business, basically, what type of business are they? If they're a trade company, if they're a factory, so on and so forth. What is their main products? So what are their main products we'll look at today? Their return rate, the numbers of employees, and then the space. The space plays a big part in you buying bulk. So you want to make sure they have enough employees in a big warehouse where you can purchase multiple products from, and they can meet the demand of your orders. So company's name. So right off the bat, let's just deep dive into the types of companies. Now, the company name basically speaks volumes to the type of company that you will be working with. You do not want to work with a trade company off of 1688. You want to work directly with the factory because, again, the trade companies, the prices are a little higher. But all of this information is all in the name, okay? So the first thing, if you were to see a company called, for example, Shanghai CBSOURCING Garments Factory. Now, name in each company is where their business is registered. So Shanghai is where this business is registered, which is good. That's a good import-export city. So I'm going to go with them. The second name is the actual business name. Okay, so the name of this business is CBSOURCING, for example. And then the main product. When we get to looking at main products, you want to make sure that the main product name of what you are sourcing is in the company's name. So I am looking for apparel, garments, or whatever. Wow, their main product are garments because that's in the name. And then the business type. There are 2 different types of business types on 1688 only. They are factories and then they are trading companies. So the very first one is a factory. So the name of this company is Shanghai CBSOURCING garment factory. This is a clothing factory of some sort. We know it's located in Shanghai or registered in Shanghai. And the name of the company is called CB Sourcing, and it's a factory. The second one, for example, this company was registered in Guangzhou, which is another good import-export city here in China. The company name is CB Sourcing. It's a toy company, obviously, because the main product is toy, but it's a trade company. So if you see CO.Ltd, that means that this company or that particular company, that company isn't a factory, it's a trade company. But you see that. So making sure the business name does not end with CO.Ltd. Now you can work with some trade companies, that's fine. But when you are sourcing on 1688, don't waste your time with trade companies. That's what Alibaba is made for. You want to go directly to the source and get those Alibaba prices, and you want to bypass all of the fluff and retailers and resellers and all of that. You want to go straight to the main factory. So for example, here is a company we just took off of 1688. And we looked at the location, which is EU. I think I'm saying that right. Please forgive me because I don't know, I don't speak Chinese. So some of these names I'm going to just butcher, but I do know EU. This is where this is basically the biggest wholesale market in China. The entire city is a wholesale city. It's an amazing city to visit. But anyway, this company is registered there. And then this is the name of the company. Don't get me to say it, but this is it right here. And then whatever daily necessities are, it may be like, I don't know, what is a daily necessity? I don't know, some tissue or something, I don't know. But whatever that daily necessity is, this is their, this is the main product. And then it's a trading company, the CO, right? And of course, their services are just general services. So right off the bat, you know that this is a trade company. And 9 times out of 10, I do not want to purchase from there. So that's going into the company's name. The business model, the production, or if it's a factory, again, or what type of trade company are they, or we look. So the business model, this talks about if it's a factory or a trade company, plain and simple. So for this first one, as you can see, this is some type of wax products, which probably might be candles, I don't know. And it is a factory. So if it's a factory under metal business, or what we would consider the model of the business, it will say production, hopefully will say certified. So a factory would be named production, okay? A factory would be named as the business model production. Do you see that? Now coming over to a trade company, it will tell you what type it is. It's a trade type. So you will either see production, which is factory, or trade. And you can also see in the name under this one, it says factory. And then under this one, it says C or company.ltd. This is a limited trade company. Okay, so do you see the difference between the two with the business model? So the main product. Okay, so getting back into this daily necessity, under where the name is, and then again, we will go and I will show you this on the platform. You have all these symbols. I will go over what these symbols mean. Then it will state main business. So the main business are storage boxes, floor mats, something dealing with storage. These are the daily necessities. And all of their products should be geared towards storage. So if you're looking for something concerning storage, then this will be the company for you. But again, this is a trade company, right? And then the return rate. The return rate is so important because once we look on the website, anything, any of these numbers that are in red, means that they are amazing, they're good. And any of them that are in green, that means that they are not good, they're bad. So it's the opposite of what we think red and green are. But the return rate, this means not the rate in which people return items, but how many of their customers return back to them to shop with them. So depending on how long they've been in business, this return rate should be over 50 plus. Typically for me, that means that 32% of their customers are returners, 36% of this company, their customers are returning customers. But for me, when I am sourcing, definitely with a company that has been in the game for over 10 years, I would love for their customer return rate to be over 50, okay, over 50%. Anywhere between 50 to 75%, you know, that's a good rate. And that they are a trusted company and that they have trusted, you know, customers, loyal customers that will continue and they keep on coming back to them over and over again. But seeing that this company has been in business for 3 years, 32 is not that bad. This one has been in business for a year with 36. That's actually awesome. But again, when we go through sourcing, I'll get more into detail with what these mean and how they will benefit you when looking for products. So the number of employees versus the space. All right, so when we are considering, you know, these companies, you have to look at how big they are and how many employees, you know, that they have. And simply because what if you would like to order, you know, 100,000 worth of whatever, and they don't have enough employees or they do not have enough space to house your products, to even ship them out and the manpower, then that means that they are quite possibly a trade company. Now, let me just show you the difference between some factories and trade companies. Trade companies typically, and I'll start with trade companies typically are only have like an office space. And again, I think this one down, yeah, the daily necessities, they have a 550 square foot space. So it's probably a small little office and they have 4 employees, but they're pushing out, I think that's $10 million worth of revenue. So this is a very small company. And if that's the case, that means that they are probably just taking in orders, outsourcing. And when they are receiving orders, they are pretty much kind of sort of drop shipping to other places. So it's impossible for them to be pushing out $10 million in sales with 150, you know, square foot space, and they so-called call themselves a factory. That's not going to work. This is a trade company. They have a little office. They are behind computers. They're pushing out products. They have 4 people working probably around the clock to be pushing out $1 million in annual, you know, transactions. And they've been open since 2021. So a good telltale sign, again, is the square footage and the square space, and also how many employees that they have. Now, usually factories are much larger, okay? Of course, office space, if it's under, you know, 500 meters squares, that's a small office. But if you're talking about 1,000, 2,000 square foot space or meter squares or whatever you want to call it, this is a factory, hands down. Also with this, I didn't get the number of employees, but obviously with the square footage, they can handle large orders. And I'm pretty sure they have a ton of employees working with them. So getting into these new symbols on 1688. So everyone is all up in an uproar. What does this mean? You know, you said before the power company, this and that. Look. These symbols are very important to your sourcing needs, okay? These are the foundations to sourcing on the platform. If you are not sourcing with or from or whatever these manufacturers, if you are not sourcing from manufacturers with these symbols, then don't do it. That's all I got to say is just don't do it. First of all, I'll take you through each one of them, what they mean, and how important they are to you. 1688 in the past year, they've added some of these super factories and different features for these factories that are very important to you, because that means that you'll have a greater peace of mind when sourcing on the platform. So let's get started with the first one. So the first one, if you see this bull, this is basically stating that this is a trusted company, it's a power company, it's a strong company, and you can possibly trust this company, with your buying needs. You need these products from this particular company. However, when you see the symbol and then you see a number afterwards, this means the number and this symbol means year. So this power company has been around for 5 years on 1688. So whenever you see a symbol and a number, the symbol will let you know what type of company it ranks with 1688 and then how long it's been on the platform. So power companies are still amazing companies. They are some of the top ones. But now what they've added are super factories. Okay, so this symbol here just basically says factory. This was the old symbol. Now it's a more upgraded purple symbol. This will tell you right off the bat if it is a factory. So we don't even really anymore have to deal with looking at the name. The symbol states it itself. This is a factory. If you see this, this is a factory on steroids. So what that means is that this factory, of course, followed by the year, this is a super factory that has gone through annual inspections. These factories are the top of the top. Not to say power companies aren't, but these factories usually are huge. They have been inspected. They are inspected every year thoroughly, whether it's a product inspection or an actual factory inspection, because those are two different types of inspections. These are the types of companies you want to aim for when sourcing on 1688. Power companies are good again, but if you want more of that industrial, let's get these products, you feel like these companies are trusted, I love it, go with those. Now, these are the next symbol are just general factories, right? This one is just a factory. And that means that they haven't been through the process yet of inspections or paying certain dues for the platform, because there is a payment platform to be on these platforms. Again, to become a member of 1688, you do have to pay, just like on Alibaba, you have to pay to be a member. So for this one, this is just a general factory. I would not source from a general factory. And that's just, it is what it is. If it's not coming from a power or a super factory, don't even deal with it. Now, this new feature here, I absolutely love, because this symbol basically means, and it means in English, buy with peace of mind. So if you see super factory and this, okay, you know that financially that I can buy from them with the peace of mind, knowing that my prices are guaranteed. They are fixed amounts if I order large amounts of products. They are trusted. They are not going to tell you, okay, today you're going to order 1,000. Well, guess what? Next time you order 1,000, the price is going to go up 50 cents. No, you can buy from them with a peace of mind. So two of the major symbols that you should be looking for with these manufacturers is definitely a super duper, the purple, a super duper company. I feel comfortable with these particular companies, again, with the years. Now, mind you, some of them may not be at that 10-year mark. Even if they at the 5-year mark, 8-year, 10, I'm still going with them. And then this is just that added peace of mind, again, knowing that if I shop from them, okay, I feel comfortable. I'm not even going to stress it. I'm still going to do my inspection with the agent or whoever before my products are being sent whatever country I live in. But I don't have to stress. So, but with a power company, maybe, and then the peace of mind, I'm going to be I'm at like 8 out of 10, right? General, I'm at a 2 out of 10. With a super company, I'm 10 out of 10. It definitely, if it has the financial peace of mind symbol as well. So those are some differences that have been basically added to the platform that I absolutely love, because you do have some super bull or strength or power companies that have been on the platform, and now they have upgraded to super factories because they've added in that inspection piece. In anything where, inspections are visible, you will be able to see the inspections now. They have where you can, and we'll look when we go into section 2. You can see it, and you can get the paperwork, and it's right there, and it tells you who were the inspectors for these, for these companies here in China. So all good with the symbols. So these are some new basic services that you definitely need to know. If your manufacturers, if they don't have these basic services listed on their profile, I would not purchase from them. But these are standard. These are 1688.com standard services. And if any of, like I said, if any of the manufacturers aren't promoting or pushing these, then don't go. So this first thing is called 38 days free credit. Usually for the 38 days free credit isn't for foreigners. There is an account that you have to apply for, and you can purchase products for the first 38 days. Don't ask me why it's not 30 days and it's 38 days. It's kind of weird, but you can purchase products and you don't have to pay for them. Okay. But for foreigners, and I'm just showing you this because we do have people who are here in mainland China. You can apply for whatever this credit through the platform only. So it's exclusively through the platform. You can apply for it, and it is just automatically put on to your account. But this 38 days of free credit are only for new account holders. So again, if you are a new account holder in mainland China, this service is for you. All right, so this 48 hours of delivery, that basically means that if you purchase any type of item, so if your supplier, if they go in and if they purchase off the 1688.com platform, the supplier has 48 hours to deliver it. If not, the order is canceled and you get a refund. So if stuff is not sent out within 48 hours, and if there are any delays and the manufacturer has not communicated those delays to you, you will get your money back. The other one is called the fast refund. Now, this refund and the refund that I'm going to show you on the next slide, this one is basically just saying that if you purchase on the platform, you should get your money back within a certain amount of hours or days. Okay. They should be responding to you within 2 hours, right, of the refund. And your refund should be back into your account successfully within 24 hours after, you've made this successful payment. If the merchant doesn't, ship this stuff out to you, also within 24 hours, you can get a refund. So this fast delivery and also fast refund, it's really this one and the same. One is just basically saying, if it's not shipped out, we're just going to cancel it, you get your money. The next one is, hey, if it's not shipped out in 24 hours, you can still get your money. However, Also, they need to respond to you. If you are looking to do a refund, they need to respond to you, and they should be all in all sending out a refund to you within a day. It shouldn't be over a day. Your agent can file a formal complaint. They can take you through the refund system. It's very easy to do with an agent. Just tell them to go on Zoom. They can go to the website. On Zoom, they can share their screen, and they can take you through the process while you are watching them to making sure that, the refund is going through. So there's many different ways you can try to find out and try to contact the supplier with the agent to make sure these things are running smoothly for you. Another basic thing is the 7 days replacement. So I love this one. This one is you have 7 days to order and to send this stuff back if you don't like it. And they have 7 days to replace it. So you have this grace period, and then the manufacturers, they have a grace period. And as they stated here, I love the fact that there's no impact on the secondary sale. So the next time you sell something, there's no impact on what the supplier and how they should service you as a customer. During this replacement process, the freight requested by the buyer should be borne by the buyer, except for the freight due to quality products. Okay, so this is the thing. If your products are bad, if your products are bad, the seller will pay for the freight. If not, you're going to have to pay for the freight to send it back to the manufacturer. If you just want a refund or if you just want to exchange, they have 7 days to replace your products with new products. You also have 7 days of when you purchase it, you have 7 days to send it back to them. Okay. So even though in English, this doesn't really tell you that, this is what it is. So you have 7 days to look through it, send it back, and the manufacturer, they have 7 days to replace it and to send you out a replacement. Now, if they have to send it back to you, you might have to, again, pay for the freight, or they will pay for a freight. So there's 2 or 3 different things going on with this replacement portion. But in English, standard just meets explaining it to you. It is what it is. You got 7 days. They have 7 days. You may have to pay for the shipping. They may have to pay for the shipping. Just know that 7-day grace period is there. Period. Point blank. This next one is called less goods must be compensated. All in all, if you place an order, if you receive these products, and if there's a shortage on the product, how many you supposed to receive? So if you were supposed to receive 10 and you got 9, the seller, they have to pay you. They have to compensate you. Okay. So if you complain, you got your products, and you went through the inspection and your agent found out that there were only 9, you can be refunded back for the one product that was missing. Okay. And then, of course, damaged products you are compensated for. What I usually tell people is that within that 7-day grace period, the seller will borne the freight, which means the seller will pay for the freight if it's damaged. Take pictures, take videos. This is why inspections are so good. This is why you need an agent that is going to do this thoroughly for you. You can, set up Zooms. There also is a website called Zoom here in China. It is the Chinese version of Zoom. You have Microsoft Teams. There are so many different online conference, video conferencing platforms other than Zoom that are compatible with not just China, but other countries. And you get on these platforms, and you, the manufacturer and the agent, should be contacting and going back and forth in that instance. So it should not be a situation where you just feel like you're just blinded by what's going on. No, force the issue, get on these platforms, making sure that you are looking at the factory, you're looking at the videos, you're looking at the pictures, you're talking directly to them as well. And the agent can set that up for you. So again, these are some of the basic services that 1688 will honor on their platform. The last one is the 7-day no return reason, blah, blah, blah. So we kind of hinted at it before, but this one specifically tells you this product does not support the 7 days, no reason, no return. So if it's after the 7 days, you can't do it, but also within that 7 days, there's no questions asked. You don't even have to tell them that the products you didn't like them. You just send them back. And the agent should tell them on the form, where, what, when, how, why this person want to send it back. They can even say didn't want it, didn't like it. But you have within that 7 days to send this stuff back for you to get a refund immediately. And your refund must be sent to you within 24 hours. Okay, so you do have buyer's protection. This is one thing that I love to show people, because a lot of foreigners are so miseducated in regards to the 1688 platform because it's all in Chinese. They get intimidated that there's no buyer's protection, and there is. So it's called safety of tradement, and I don't know why it's called that, but these are the 3 things that you can definitely do as a buyer. Buyer fraud protection. When you order on the platform, just like on Alibaba.com as a trade assurance company, and hopefully you're ordering from trade assurance companies, you have the buyer's fraud protection. Now, this protection, you will not be protected if you do not purchase from the platform. So make sure your agent or yourself, if you can, you order directly from 1688.com. If not, then you will be out of luck in regards to contacting and connecting with your refund. So you do have buyer's protection. The second thing is your transaction disputes. You can file a formal dispute. You have to make sure the agent is in your best interest. And I go over what type of agents you need to be communicating with, because they should be doing this for you. Okay. And then you can bring this information up to the agent to push some fire under their butts, to tell them like, hey, I know I have fraud protection, buyer's protection. If stuff came and if it was fraudulent, stuff, I have protection that way. And transactions, if my payment didn't go through or blah, 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 you are covered. And then you can file formal complaints on the platform. Your agent can file them for you on behalf of the foreign trade buyer. You are the foreign trade buyer, and you can file a complaint in regards to your seller on the platform. So this is buyer's protection, but you can only get this if your agent or yourself is purchasing directly from 1688.com. Tell your agent you do not want them to send any money to them on WeChat, Alipay, nothing. You want to pay directly to the supplier on the website through the agency. Now you will send the agent money via, PayPal or whatever. And then that agent will pay the supplier on 1688.com. So you do have buyer's protection. You do have factories and manufacturers that are super companies with inspections with the peace of mind. And I hope that, gave you some comfort to buying off the website, simply because information is important and limited resources and information. This information is not nowhere. I have not seen it at all on YouTube or anywhere else. So that's why this program and this session is so important, because now you are empowered with this information. Now you can go out and we can show you how to properly source. Even if you cannot contact the supplier, get our other course. You'll be able to contact the agent. You can contact us, and we can definitely help you. We are here to help, and we are here to make sure you have all the proper information in order for you to get these products at a low cost. So the payment platform, again, never buy off the platform. What do I mean by that? I just told you, do not send money off of 1688.com. Again, if you do that, you are not protected. I say this again in our other courses, sourcing on other platforms. You have to use these platforms in order to benefit from the buyer's protections that these platforms have in place. Okay, so never, 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 never buy off of that and tell the supplier or yourself, tell the agent or yourself, only buy off of 1688.com. If the agent cannot do that, then I would not work with that agent.